Hello, welcome back to Random BS. It is Sunday morning. Forgot to turn off my notifications. I won't be on until tonight. I've had a very hard time reading a bunch of things on Facebook and watching YouTube videos, and then my regular day of shopping and work and whatever. So I would just like to say that there are people out here pretty much joining forces and thinking as a collective. We are collective consciousness, one consciousness, and thoughts are very strong and they create reality. So if you have a large group of people focusing on something, anything, where they may have an agenda. This could be anybody, any group of people who get together and are like-minded and would like the same reality to be created. It's that easy to do so. So I'm requesting that you start watching more videos on YouTube about consciousness and about awakening, and that you join this collective consciousness and, if not, make your own with your own group of people of how you would like to see the world. Because a group of people can affect the world. Seriously. Just look at history and also look at how it's repeating itself. Mostly because, most people are brainwashed from this matrix that even though a lot of us are awake and see that history is about to repeat itself again, many of you cannot see through the veil. You seriously need to wake up. I can't believe the amount of bullcrap that I'm seeing on here. So, first it's the virus, then it's Floyd, then it's looting, which I have to say or believe or tell you or whatever, that all of that came from one source, one collective consciousness. That's part of an agenda. So today I was sent something in Messenger. Like, people like to do that. They send me things in Messenger. I know they send a lot of people things in Messenger, but some people send me things because they won't post them on their pages, on their page themselves, because, well, for whatever reason, whether they're afraid, whether they're just avoiding conflict, I'm not really sure. And I post everything on my pages. I have several. And so they know that I will get it out somehow. Anyway, so today I received quite a few, and one of them was some guy on Facebook shared this, and somehow it wound up in Messenger, and I'm not saying just mine, and he was basically discussing the badges. I think I mentioned this a few days or a few videos ago, or maybe not on here, and how the cop who shot Floyd is a crisis actor, and then proceeded to show several other crisis actors and actresses, and how this particular one, I don't remember this cop's name because I don't care. If he really did what he did, he belongs where he belongs, and yeah, I'm not even on that subject, but Um, basically, he showed at least 3 other crises that this cop was a part of, showing that he is a crisis actor. And then circled the badge on his and his partner's uniform. Yes, in fact, I did mention this somewhere because somebody had asked days ago or almost a week ago why their badges are not the same. They don't look real. Something about the license plate being different in 2 different shots on their vehicle, and so it all kind of looks a little spongy from the day after. So people have been looking into it, which means they're awake. That's a good thing. So he proceeded to show other crisis actors and actresses, and I thought, yeah, I knew this. I didn't know how to look for that, or maybe I was too busy focusing on other things, but it was really interesting. So with that being said, if this is all true, and we've been talking about this for quite some time on Facebook, back and forth, getting yelled at, saying you're a conspiracy theorist, this, that, the other, you're stupid, you're a troll. I mean, they say this to everybody who comments on this particular group, but this is where you need to learn to stop listening to everything you hear and do your own research. Maybe turn off the boob tube for a week or so, and actually not only spend time focusing on you by going within, stop looking for outside sources that are either going to come save you or that will give you answers to your most important questions. You have the answers inside. So not only focus on yourself, but start watching some videos on YouTube, like I know a lot of people do. But if you're rarely here and you're one of those people who say YouTube's BS, it's really not BS. You're going to find BS on YouTube, just like you find BS on the freaking news every night. So you really just need to use discernment. So it's important that you see other people's points of view, because then you won't think that you're thinking so oddly. You know, you won't think that you're different. Well, actually, you might realize you've been thinking differently, and you need to actually listen to some of these people. And then you can decide what is true or not true. You decide what resonates with you. Kind of the same thing as the news. I know not to watch the news, but every once in a while I watch it since this virus has been here. Because typically I do not watch the news. Never have. Just was never interested. It's a bunch of BS like every freaking thing I hear. So you have to learn how to move away from mainstream media. It's a bunch of crap. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That's a response because I posted a MLK picture, image the other day that I saw somebody post on Instagram, and I thought it was great. Basically, he did this, and this without violence, and then on the bottom says change the world. And of course there were mixed emotions about that, so I have several comments. It was shared probably 50-60 times from my page, so people happened just to like the gesture, and that was showing respect for a man who tried to change things. And then they want to add, oh, but he was brutally murdered. Okay, but he gave his life for you. Oh, he didn't give his life, he was murdered. That's not the point. When we protest like that out in public, back in the day when nobody wanted to hear from a brown person, he knew what could happen to him, and he took that chance because of his beliefs. So yeah, he gave his life for you, but people don't see that. This is what I talk about in all my videos also. The same thing with Jesus. You don't need Jesus to talk to God. You just go inside. That's it. And you all take his message the wrong way. Well, you don't even listen to his message. You just wear a cross with his dead body on it. I mean, I just like listen to people. That's another person that died. And anyone who is willing to speak out and either tell you who you are or to make change in this world, well, they become history quickly. So, yeah, I can't imagine what he said. So I'm going to read that. Anyway, I will be back on later. Please tell yourself every day, I need to change my belief system. My belief system that I adopted from this matrix that I was indoctrinated into at birth has an agenda and created this belief system. It's almost generic for our country, seriously. And I have not created my reality, but they have created it for me. Now it is time for me to change, and the first thing that I need to work on is changing my belief system by questioning why I believe everything that I hear. And when I hear things, whether in a history book, and as Ralph Smart says, his story, in a history book, or the Bible, which was changed I don't know how many times, and the crapola freaking media, mainstream media, ask yourself when you hear something, instead of automatically believing it and then fighting for it, you're supposed to fight for your own beliefs, not beliefs that were created for you. So what you want to do is, every time you hear something, even from me, from everybody, that you question it. Why do I believe this? Or why would he say this? Or, yeah, it depends on the situation, but you really just can't believe everything you hear. I mean, that makes sense. You have to take care of yourself. You have to create your own reality. So it makes sense to question what you hear. What doesn't make sense is to listen to everything you hear. You see that? See, truth? Well, we're fighting for truth. And that's because reality was created by other people. The truth always shows itself at some point. And yet we live in this matrix with a bunch of lies. I mean, you just picture Matrix. People picture numbers like in the Matrix, the movie, but really just picture a matrix with all the lines and everything created. That's why I have that website, Sowing Social Worlds, because that's what we do. We sow social worlds from the very first relationship that was ever here. It begins there. I mean, just like change starts with one person and it's possible, that's what happens when you're sowing social worlds. Okay, here it is. Here becomes the beliefs, and here's the culture. Then it keeps adding circles, adding circles, adding circles, adding circles, adding circles, adding circles. And if you want to get back to the truth, how hard is that? How hard is that when there's a bunch of lies? It's very like you got to weave your way back into the center. I mean, it's almost an impossibility. It's like a lifetime of research. So just do yourself a favor and just start to realize why you think the things you think. Focus more on yourself. Watch other things. Go away from freaking mainstream media, which is what brainwashes you, and purposely just Every single word is chosen to brainwash you. It's just a psychological bullcrap of chaos, okay? And you need to get out of the madness. Yeah, be kind to yourself. That's something you need to do. In this lifetime would be nice. So, thanks for listening. Be happy. Be positive. Be joyous. Find bliss. Still searching, but find bliss. Okay. Have a great Sunday, and I have an interview later that I'm honored to be a part of. I'll probably discuss it later or something. Anyway, have a great Sunday. Spend time with yourself and realize your thoughts and create your own reality. Only you can create your reality. Right now, you're living someone else's reality. All right.